there is any way that this thing survived being fully submerged, ooh. She's dead.
Back in April of 2023, I placed this trail camera alongside the Pawtuxet River here in Warwick. Set up to shoot a new frame every 4 hours, my intention was to eventually create a full 1-year time-lapse of the river. Then in December, this happened.
Flooding here near the Pawtuxet River will take days to recede.
The water forcing residents from their homes, closing businesses just days before Christmas. I spoke with the mayors of both Cranston and Warwick. Both say the last 24 hours have been crazy.
Swollen rivers spilling into the communities that border them, forcing evacuations late Monday night at a housing development.
What we have to do is send in citywide inspectors to check for structural damage.
The river continued to swell for 2 days following the rain, eventually cresting at 15.9 feet on December 19th, setting a new record for the second highest flood since 2010 when water levels reached an unheard of 20.8 feet. Though the camera was designed to be rain tight, it was never meant to be fully submerged. Mounted at roughly 11 feet or 5 feet above dry land, it spent 2 days under nearly 5 feet of floodwater before the river finally started to recede. My assumption was that the camera was a total loss, but believing that the SD card should have survived, I wanted to retrieve it as soon as possible to avoid potential further damage by rust, corrosion, or freezing water. Since the water was still too high to be able to reach the camera from the front, my only option was the awkward approach from behind that you're watching right now. In the end, I was able to recover the camera without too much difficulty and mostly without getting wet. I wasn't sure it would ever work again, but once I got home, I fully disassembled the camera to clean it and allow it to dry. After reassembly, I was a little shocked to see that it was, in fact, working again. Meanwhile, I loaded up the images from the SD card, only to find out that not only had the camera survived the flood, but it continued taking pictures right through it. And although I'm a little sad that my 12-month experiment was cut short to 8, the camera survived, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have much longer if I'd left it to sit through a freezing winter full of water. There are plenty of times in life when things don't go as planned, but that doesn't mean that any given unplanned outcome can't be just as interesting, compelling, or satisfying as a planned one. With that in mind, I hope you all enjoy this not quite a year time-lapse along the Pawtuxet River in Warwick, Rhode Island. And if you happen to catch any of the interesting things that the camera saw, like the pair of kayakers, post a comment about it below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.